Good evening. I hope everyone is having a wonderful and spooky time at the Halloween party. I'm sorry that I can't be there, but I wanted to share this time with you and to share a spine-tingling story. As most of you know, I'm from Maine. And where is Maine, you ask? Well, Maine is about 4,000 miles away from Juneau, Alaska. And that's a long ways away. What brings me to Juneau? Well, that's a very romantic story. And if this were Valentine's Day, I would certainly share that with you now. However, this is Halloween night. It's not a time for romance. This is a time for scary stories. And I'm going to tell you one that you may not have heard before, because it comes from where I grew up. When I was young, I used to go to a camp for people with disabilities. I used to spend my summers at this camp doing arts and crafts, going boating, doing athletics, singing songs. It was wonderful because everyone there had a disability, and it was just nice to be around people who had the same problems as I did. But everybody there knew, everyone at Pine Tree Camp knew that you don't go across the lake to a certain cave across the lake, because in this cave there lived a man called Three-Fingered Willie. Three-Fingered Willie is very angry and very vicious to visitors. So you don't go near his cave, because nobody knew what would happen. He might invite you in, might be very happy to see you, or he might bite your leg off. We just didn't know. Well, one day at camp it started to rain. The rain was light at first, and so we saw no reason to cancel our fishing trip. But as we kept going, the sky got darker, and we tried to turn around and head back toward camp. But the wind started to blow, and the boat stalled. And we didn't know where we were. Except that we were near Three-Fingered Willie's cave. And we were worried that he would come after us. You see, Legend has it that Three-Fingered Willie used to be a camp counselor, and that he got thrown out of the camp because of the terrible accident that he was in that made him lose all but 3 of his fingers on one hand. That's why he's called Three-Fingered Willie. Now, this is not Karen Willie, because Karen Willie has all of her fingers, and she's very, very nice. But no, Three-Fingered Willie is a very dangerous man, and we were out there with the wind blowing and the rain coming down. We were near his cave, and we had no choice but to go in. And we started hearing noises. Ooh, 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 ooh. It was an owl. We jumped. Ooh, 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 ooh. No sign of Willie. We had to find a safe place to stay until the storm passed. So we had no choice but to keep going deeper and deeper into the cave. That was the sound of our footsteps. We couldn't see anything. And as we turned a corner, there was a bright light in our eyes. And a voice said, "What are you doing here?" And we jumped. And the voice said, "I said, what are you doing here?" And we said, "We don't want to be here, but it's raining outside and we had no choice but to come in." And the light got brighter. And brighter. And who should appear but Three-Fingered Willie himself? And we knew it was Three-Fingered Willie because we only saw 3 fingers on one of his hands. On his right hand, I believe it was. Yes, legend has it there was a fishing accident. And that the fish got hold of his fingers and started chewing them. But there he was. With big buck teeth. Lots of hair on his face because, well, he didn't have a razor. And he said, "You wanted to come in here to get warm?" And we said, Uh, yeah, we had to. And he said, "You know better than that. You better run." So we tried to run and find a way out of the cave. But as we were running and as we were going so quickly, one of the campers tripped and fell. And I heard a trap door open. And he fell down. I didn't see where. I wanted to look back, but I didn't dare. I just had to keep moving. And my power chair was running out of juice. And I didn't know what to do. I just had to keep moving. I was running as fast as I could. My chair kept slowing down though because the battery was dying. My friends did their best to push my chair, but that only slowed them down. And up ahead of us was a great big grizzly bear, because, you know, we have grizzly bears in Maine. And the cave that we had stumbled in was not only Three-Fingered Willie's cave, but it was the home of this big grizzly bear. And her cubs. And the bear went, "Roar!" So we ran the other way. We tried to find the entrance. And suddenly, someone came up behind us. There was a light behind us. And the light was shining in the grizzly bear's eyes. And it scared the grizzly bear away. And you know something? And guess who it was behind us? Three-Fingered Willie. And we were gonna scream, but he put his hand up and put a finger to his lips and said, "Shh. There'll be no screaming." He said, "Did you think I was gonna hurt you? I won't hurt you." He said, "I just didn't want you to be hurt by the bear. So I told you to run. But you ran away from me before I could tell you what it was I was afraid of. Everyone thinks I will hurt them, but it isn't true. I only live in this cave because nobody invited me back to Pine Tree Camp to sing songs. And everyone's afraid of the way I look. And one of the counselors said, "What happened to Joe, the camper that fell down?" Well, just then Joe appeared from behind Three-Fingered Willie. He said, "It's all right. Three-Fingered Willie stopped me from falling into the trap." And he said, Three-Fingered Willie said, "I think I can help you out up here if you're interested. I'm a pretty good ship captain, you know. This is why I used to go on treasure hunts with my campers. And if we make it back safely, we'll go on a treasure hunt." Well, you know, Willie led us back to our boat and helped us navigate the rain and the wind. And the moral of this story is, you can't judge people by what they look like, and particularly on Halloween night, be careful about what you think you're afraid of, because there's always something worse to be afraid of. And I haven't seen Three-Fingered Willie in years. But you know, Juno looks a lot like me. So if you ever see a man wearing a yellow raincoat and galoshes with 3 fingers on his right hand, that's Willie. You go up and introduce yourself. And you tell him Corey says hello. And you wish Willie a happy Halloween, just like I wish all of you. Thanks, everyone. Have a great party, and I will see you on Tuesday.